Welcome to the 5th episode of One on One. I'm your moderator, Hanley Rooker, and on my left, Christian Rooker, and on my right, Jonathan Williams. Let's get started. The Pistons hired Coach Dwayne Casey after he was fired by the Raptors after winning Coach of the Year. What are your expectations for the Pistons now that they have hired Casey? Christian?
Well, despite having Blake Griffin on the roster, the Pistons do not have the talent to compete with the elite teams of the NBA.
Oh, come on now.
Dwayne Casey is a great coach, despite what the Raptors front office might think, which their decision to fire him, by the way, is one of those
absurd,
one of the most idiotic and unappreciative decisions I've ever seen. But I think he can make this roster look better than it actually is. I expect the Pistons to make the playoffs under Casey's leadership, but getting past the first round is going to take something special.
Dwayne Casey deserves the Coach of the Year award, hands down. You might say maybe the Jazz coach, Celtics coach, but Raptors coach Dwayne Casey deserves Coach of the Year more than anybody in the league right now. And Detroit better make the playoffs this year, all right? There is no excuses for not making the playoffs this year if I'm a Piston. We got Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin, who have combined for 7 All-Star appearances. I think if LeBron James, I know we keep bringing LeBron James into everything, but if LeBron James goes west, I think that with the current or this year's playoff bracket, I think Cleveland comes out of that picture and Detroit enters that picture for next year's playoffs. Detroit better make the playoffs next year. I can see them at the most being a 6th seed.
The Warriors championship parade was yesterday. The Warriors have now won 3 championships in the past 4 years. How long will the Warriors dynasty last? Jonathan, you're up.
This is kind of a weird question to answer because dynasties last forever, okay? The Warriors franchise is tied for the 3rd most championships of any franchise with 6. This includes times where they were in Philadelphia and San Francisco. So the Golden State Warriors dynasty will forever last, and I think that they can win a few more championships before Steph Curry and Kevin Durant retire.
I think the Warriors will be title favorites for as long as Kevin Durant stays in Golden State, which I think he might stay another 2 or 3 years. Steve Kerr is a great coach, and I think as long as he has that piece in Durant, he can make everything work. You know, Jordan Bell coming in, did a great job. Nick Young. And it also hinges, though, on where LeBron James signs in free agency this summer. I think Houston are favorites if they can somehow manage to land LeBron James and keep either Chris Paul or James Harden on the roster. And if the team that lands LeBron in free agency can manage to land another superstar, for example, Kawhi Leonard, that team could maybe replace the Warriors as title favorites.
I'm going to say one thing to Kevin Durant. Your team may be known to have a dynasty. However, if you want to be a top 10 player, you better get out of Golden State and go join another team. Maybe it be LA, San Antonio. Just telling you that if you want to be a top 10 player of all time, you're going to need to leave Golden State because the last thing people are going to remember is you joining the super team. Not saying it was the wrong move.
If he wants to be known as a player that joined the super team, then stay in Golden State. But if he can do what LeBron is doing and win as the face of the franchise, he needs to leave.
Right. If you don't want your legacy to be tormented and you want to be a top 10... I said tormented. You might want to leave Golden State if you want to be remembered as one of the greatest players of all time.
Daniel Murphy is now back in the Nationals starting lineup.
Whoa! Let's go!
Okay.
They are currently in a series with the New York Yankees. Are we witnessing a World Series preview? Jonathan?
Possibly, but I have some concerns. The Nationals have been known, and y'all know I sign off every day with Go Nationals. I'm a huge diehard fan. But the Nationals have been known to choke in the postseason. In 2012, the 2012 National League Division Series against the St. Louis Cardinals, they had a 6-run lead in Game 5, and they blew it and ended up losing that game. And I think St. Louis, they went far in that postseason. both of these ball clubs have rookie managers. We got Aaron Boone in New York, and we've got Dave Martinez in Washington. So it's hard. It's really hard for a rookie manager without any experience to do well in the postseason. We usually see them doing well in the regular season, but as far as the postseason goes, I'm not sure how far they can go. I think a team like Houston or Chicago might make the World Series instead because they've got experienced managers. Joe Madden's one of the greatest managers of all time, and he's managing the Cubs right now. We saw the Astros and Cubs win World Series in the last 2 years. So I'm a little concerned about the Yankees and Nationals playing each other in the World Series. However, there's a neck-and-neck race between the Braves and the Nationals, and with Daniel Murphy back, I think that race is over. I think the Nationals win the National League East.
Okay, so the Yankees are the best team in baseball right now, and I expect them to win the World Series as of right now. However, there's a long way between now and October.
Yeah, but
As for the Nationals, if the season ended right now, they would be the number 5 seed.
which is good why they have Daniel Murphy
They're
back.
number 5, which that's great. They have Daniel Murphy. I would say it's not probable that the Yankees and Nationals will face each other in the World Series because I don't think the Nationals are the favorite in the National League. However, there is not a big difference between the Cubs, who are the number 1 seed in the National League, and the Nationals, who are the number 5. So I think they could get to number 1, but I don't see this. I'm not saying this is the World Series.
Right.
This is not my World Series.
Don't get fooled by the best record in baseball being the World Series favorite. Last summer we saw the Los Angeles Dodgers go on this great run and have the best record in MLB, and we saw them lose Game 7 of the World Series against Houston. So don't be fooled by which team has the best record.
Yesterday, we talked about our expectations for Andrew Luck. Christian, what are your expectations for Deshaun Watson and the Texans, as Watson is also returning from an injury?
Well, unlike Andrew Luck, Watson is actually throwing regulation-sized footballs. I'm a huge Deshaun.
I'm sorry, I'm going to stop right there. Watson tore his ACL, right?
I know, but still, he's actually throwing footballs. He's in practice, and he's playing more than Luck is, and he's fine right now.
Yeah.
He's fine right now. That's just if he gets hurt again. But I'm a huge Deshaun Watson fan, and I think before long he will become the best quarterback in the NFL. And I think if Watson has an MVP-like season, which I think he could, the Texans could make it all the way to Super Bowl 53 with the AFC being as weak as
this season. You're saying that the Houston Texans might make Super Bowl 53?
Who else?
The New England Patriots? The Jacksonville Jaguars? The Pittsburgh Steelers?
The Texans were great. The Texans were great before Watson got injured.
Right.
And he's only getting better. I think it's completely possible.
I haven't even had a chance to say anything.
You've had nothing.
No, I haven't. I didn't even get my turn to say what my notes were.
Why not?
Let me talk.
Why not?
Because I cannot.
They have a great defense. They have J.J. Watt and that whole Houston They have a great team. And with Watson, they're not going to win the Super Bowl because the NFC is a lot stronger. But I think they could get there.
Oh my gosh. I am sorry, but you are I apologize for this man because he just told me that the Houston Texans might make Super Bowl 53. Oh my goodness.
I don't see the problem with it.
There's a huge problem here. Look, I'm not taking. I love Deshaun Watson. He had one of the greatest plays of college football history in his senior year in Clemson, beating Alabama in the national championship. He had a great season last year until his unfortunate injury. I think that he would have won Offensive Rookie of the Year if it weren't for his injury. And Super Bowl 53.
I don't think the Texans. I think the Texans are the favorite. But I think they could make it there. They could make it there.
I can't see the Texans winning the AFC South. I still think that the Jacksonville Jaguars will. I think they bounce back from the tough AFC Championship game, and I think Jacksonville wins the AFC South. However, I do think that the Houston Texans will get one of the 2 AFC wildcard spots. But
they're gonna win.
Super Bowl 53.
They're gonna. Okay, what do you take, Deshaun Watson or Blake Bortles? I'm just saying.
Blake Bortles. We saw him go so far.
Oh my goodness! You're saying you have Blake Bortles over Deshaun Watson, please.
No, that's not what I said. You said that the Houston Texans would make Super Bowl 53.
I didn't say that.
Deshaun Watson's a great
I
player.
gave a shot.
But I would take the Jacksonville Jaguars system over the Houston Texans right now. Leonard Fournette is a running back of the future.
I know, but they have
Next topic. I am livid right now.
Now it is time. It is now time for one-on-one soccer spotlight. We are going to bring in one-on-one soccer analyst and expert Bennett Wilburn. With the World Cup so near, we will take a World Cup quiz. How this works is there are 7 questions, and we will take turns answering them. After we answer the questions, the quiz will tell us who the one-on-one crew should cheer for in the World Cup. Let's get started.
And if you would like to take the quiz that we are about to take to determine which team one-on-one is pulling for in the World Cup, check out the description below in the video.
The link will
and
be in the
we
description.
will leave the link in the description
Okay.
if you'd like to take the
So we're going to
quiz.
start this quiz. Okay, Bennett, you have the first question. Okay, team strength, number 1. I want a team that 1 is an underdog, 2 could make some noise, 3 is a soccer powerhouse.
Okay.
Underdog could make
I'm
some
not
noise.
a guy that wants to see the upsets happen. I want the competition at the top and the best that it can be. Look, I know that underdogs beating teams that are overrated and are better than them is awesome, but I think in the World Cup especially, I want to see the best 2 teams and the best teams at their best playing each other, and I go that
Soccer powerhouse?
Yes, soccer powerhouse.
I'm more of an underdog guy, but it's not my questions.
Christian, you have question number 2. Star power. How important is teamwork to you? Okay, 1, I don't mind a one-man army, and 2, I'm all about squad goals.
Well, teamwork is important, obviously, but I don't mind a one-man army. I like to see the world's stars at their best. I don't mind a one-man army.
Okay?
And especially with Somali in Egypt.
Yeah,
and
it's
Little
great to
Mouse
see.
in
It's great to watch.
yeah.
Jonathan, question 3. Offense versus defense. Do you want a team that's stronger on offense or stronger on defense? Okay, 1, I want a lot of goals or I'm going to fall asleep. Number 2, why not both? Okay, and 3, that's what why not both relates to. I love a good 0-0 draw.
Y'all know I'm not the biggest soccer fan in the world, alright?
But you love a good 0-0 draw, right?
I cannot stand a 0-0 draw. Nowadays, in all sports, offense sells tickets, defense wins championships, okay? That's the reason the Golden State Warriors are they have such a big payroll and can afford all these great stars, is because they have such a good offense and they can sell a lot of tickets, alright? New York Yankees, we saw last night, in the game against the Nationals, had a great offensive night. That's why they're selling tickets. So
You refer everything to the sports you like.
I'm not saying I dislike soccer. It's just not my favorite. However, I win a lot of goals, or I'm about to fall asleep on you all. There ain't enough goals.
Okay, I'll answer number 4, passing. Halfback passes to the center, back to the wing, back to center. Answer 1, please just shoot the ball. Number 2, real teams set up their shots.
Please just shoot the ball.
No, okay, soccer is, you don't just shoot the ball. In soccer, real teams do set up their shots. That's how you win games. I'm going to go with real
Wait,
teams.
but remember what Christian said about one-man powerhouses?
Still though, I think that in
Well, you
soccer,
have a one-man powerhouse, and they still set up the guy.
yeah, they
That's
still,
true, that's true.
yeah.
Just saying, it's not bad to shoot the ball because we saw the Washington Capitals just take a lot of shots.
Alright, we're focusing on
Okay,
soccer.
Bennett,
I'm just trying to make analogies, okay?
number 5, physicality. Bennett, you have this. A whistle blows and the game stops. Number 1, if I wanted to see guys tackle each other, I'd watch the NFL. Number 2 is, come on, ref, this isn't croquet! Okay, so what do you think?
Number 2, soccer's a game of physicality. Calls these days, trips, red cards, yellow cards, etc. I like to see the physicality in soccer.
Okay. Christian, number 6, American fan base. At a bar watching a game. I'm okay, number 1, I'm okay being the only one who cares about the match. Number 2, I'd enjoy meeting some others wearing the same jersey.
I'm not a loner. I'll make some, I like meeting some others wearing the same jersey.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And Jonathan, you have the last one. Number 7, goal. Either goal or goal. John, do you want?
So if I have a choice between the two, I'm going goal.
Okay.
Woo!
So let's see. Our answer.
Olé.
Ooh, Brazil. Okay, Brazil is a good fit for you. After being humiliated by Germany in 2014, the 5-time world champions will aim to make it through this World Cup without
And
any.
if you guys remember,
We predicted.
we predicted Brazil to win the World Cup.
go.
This is big. Okay, go Brazil.
Let's go.
Okay, can you guys put this on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for coming on the show, Benny.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Okay, wait, we have one more question for you guys. Bennett and Christian, what are your predictions for who will get the Golden Ball, best player in the tournament, and Golden Boot,
All right.
player with most goals?
Can I start?
Yeah.
Okay, so Golden Boot, top scorer. I'm gonna go Neymar. Okay, I know he's a wonder boy and has a lot of pressure on him, but I think him with a very strong Brazilian team, I think especially at the forward position, he helps them and scores a lot of their goals. Now for Golden Ball, I'm going Messi. I mean, just the playmaker of, all time in my opinion. Messi's just amazing on the ball, and especially in his position, just makes things happen. I'm going Messi for the Golden Ball.
Christian, what about you?
Golden Boot, Luis Suarez. He's
Okay.
underrated. Uruguay's underrated. They have an easy
It
group.
doesn't mean they're gonna.
I have them going all the way to the semifinals. I'm going Luis Suarez Golden Boot. Golden Ball is Neymar. He's ready to take over as the best in the world, and I think he uses this World Cup to prove that. Neymar Golden Ball.
Okay, John.
Oh, my predictions. Golden Boot, I agree with you guys. It'll be Neymar. Golden Ball, however, I've got to go with Bennett on this one. Messi. Bennett and I like to think alike. Suarez is the Golden Ball. Not so
Golden
sure.
Boot.
Don't question his thinking. He's a baseball and pretty much all
Don't
sports.
question me, okay? This is coming from a guy who just said that the Houston Texans would make Super Bowl 53. I'm still not recovered from that, okay?
Okay, thanks for coming on, Bennett.
Thanks, Bennett.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Yeah.
man.
All right, that's our show. We'll try to do better next time. Subscribe and drop a like below. Comment who you think will get the Golden Boot and Golden Ball.
Go Nationals.